It is Monday morning, and Michael begins his routine of dressing like a woman with a wash and a shave. These days are tougher for Mike, as he has greater free time to spend acting as a woman, and the temptation to give in to his feminine urges is getting the better of him.
Well, it's been a downward spiral since I got married, really. But I've been trying to help Christina help me. I've even tried to persuade her to change her sexuality to accommodate my changes. But she's been there, done that.
Michael found himself unemployed since losing his job in September of last year, after it was made clear that his school would not tolerate his compulsion to dress as a woman whilst teaching, as this went against the ethos of the school. On the evening of Friday the 8th of September 2006, Michael McKinley's career as a PE teacher was ended during St Patrick's Ofsted inspection.
Let's just say I'd been made aware of the delivery of the girls' new gym kit that afternoon. I was taking the Year 9 lads football. I just popped into the changing rooms to go to the toilet and I saw it there, looking all vulnerable. That's when it happened.
Michael's experimentation with the girls' PE kit in the school changing rooms on Friday the 8th of September became national news after witnesses, including one Ofsted inspector, sold their stories to newspapers. Mike fiercely denied claims that he deliberately turned the showers on whilst indecently exposing his body.
Now, I did not turn the showers on deliberately. It was an accident. There was an awful lot of lubricant on the floor and on me. Could have happened to anybody.
I was distraught, but I took solace in the fact that my father was a PE teacher and lost his job in very similar circumstances. In fact, if you swap the kids with another member of staff with a video camera and the PE kit that Mike was wearing for my mother, you could say it was identical. My father was someone Mike could go to, someone who'd been there, done that.
Did he help Mike?
No, he thought he was a perv.
The headlines were harsh on Mike, who found himself suspended with immediate effect pending an internal investigation. Fortunately for Michael, the investigation refused to conclude that he should be placed on the sex offenders register, but advised professional psychiatric therapy instead. Since Alfred's pyromania condition developed after his hypnotherapy treatment, it has increased the pressures he is under at work. Living only on a state pension, he has been forced to turn the once unprofitable charitable parish magazine into a monstrous moneymaker.
I've lost touch with half my family and most of the friends I used to work with just because of my pyromania. Ah, well, who needs friends when you've got enemies, huh? You're laughing, but I'm a wanted man. The Chorley Massive are onto me. I started afresh with the Zealot. It was my baby, my retirement project. I was doing good for the parish, giving the laity what they wanted, gossip. But because of my pyromania, I can't keep it up. I'm the laughing stock of the parish now, not Mrs. Mulgrew with the Jewish nose, not Albert Ramsbottom, who's been on the nearly dead list for 18 years and still hasn't keeled over. Me. And it hurts.
Times are increasingly difficult for Alf, following the appointment of a new parish priest, who is keen to restrain Alf's money-making activities.
Are you in there? Right. Be very quiet, remember. And check the cupboard. Anything unusual? Nothing? Check the drawers. Check his vestments. Anything? Right. Okay. You found a packet of Rizzlers in one of the drawers. No, I know you haven't. Right. Thanks, Sheila. Just keep your mouth shut and watch your bad leg on those steps, right? Don't disturb him. Right. Pot smoking priest. Nice.
After months on the dole, Michael finally had a successful interview for a company who sell and distribute disability products. With nothing else to turn to, Michael was forced to earn his living as a door-to-door salesman.
I had the interview last week. We went to our last month of unemployment cover on the mortgage, and I had to get a job desperately. I remember saying to Christina that I'd do anything. Never imagined I'd be doing this though.
Are you trying to sell me I'm retarded?
No,
Is that what you're trying to say, lad?
Of course not, sir.
No, I know you're trying to sell disabled products, but I don't need any. I might have a disabled van, but I live on a first floor bloody council bloody flat.
I realise that, sir.
Why would I be in a wheelchair?
Why
would I be in a wheelchair? I've seen your picture in the paper. I know you're a kiddie fiddler. Well, I'll tell you something, there's no kids in here.
It's humiliating. I've been spat on 4 times, twice by the same person. I've been kicked, chased, sworn at. And that's just by the shelter flats down the way.
Alfred is due to appear in court in a few weeks to answer slander charges after his parish magazine story claimed Father Quinlan was regularly spiking the communion wine with LSD to help non-believers experience the Holy Spirit. Furthermore, the zealot has been suspended from print. Increased stress on Alf has caused more frequent outbursts of pyromania-based vandalism, yet his habits are beginning to destroy his memories and personal property.
Everything that was precious to me was gone, burnt, ashes. My first payslip, my birth certificate, a newspaper cutting, on the day I was born, and the day my children were born. These are my children. That's my son, Robert, my miracle son. He brought to an end the worst 10 months of my marriage. But even his beaming smile couldn't help me overcome the terrible news that Professor Cassiopeia had died. I got a letter on the 18th of February. That's when I thought death might not be so bad.
You've considered suicide?
I'd be lying if I said I hadn't.
Suicide is always an option for pyromaniacs. This is what we remind them. Our advice to him would be to set himself on fire just for continuity. However, if he doesn't want to die, there is always counselling as a last resort. He didn't need counselling. He soldiered on.
Because he was a soldier?
Exactly.
When Michael heard the news of Professor Cassiopeia's death, his relationship with Christina was pushed to breaking point. Christina and Mike had been forced into poverty whilst trying to pay for psychiatric treatment. Yet it has become clear that only the professor can free Mike from his somnambulist bastion.
We heard the news when the brother of Professor Cassiopeia phoned us on February the 27th. He said that he'd been killed in a tragic accident 2 days earlier. And the brother just wanted us to know so we'd stop looking for him. I'm not crying because he died. It's because when he did die, that was it. All hope of finding a cure died. Taking our marriage with it.